Hi, I'm Marion Ginopolis, Superintendent of Lake Orion Community Schools, and I'm welcoming you to Inside the Dragons. This is the last issue of the 2018 calendar year, and this is our December edition. We have 5 segments today that I know you will thoroughly enjoy. First of all, you'll see some engineering activity going on at Blanche Sims Elementary School in partnership with the company BorgWarner. And it's really an exciting opportunity for our younger students to interact with engineers from a major company. Secondly, we had a wonderful day with the Lions Club where they came and had a Christmas party with our students with special needs. And this was the first time we were able to have this wonderful party that is annual, but we had it at the Pine Tree Center. And then third, another generous activity that is always conducted here in Lake Orion by our community members and staff members. It's called Blessings in a Backpack. And they do wonderful things providing food for our students who may not have those meals that they need over the weekend. And then we have 2 very exciting things in this session. One is that our volleyball team, our Lady Dragons, won the championship. Now when I say championship, I don't just mean district, and I don't just mean county. I mean the state champions, and you'll see some of them in action. And then finally, Rick Arnett, who is the Assistant Superintendent for Human Resources here in the district, won a wonderful award by his state association. He was named the State Outstanding Human Resources Administrator in Michigan. And so you'll see a little bit about that, and that's a very high honor. So those are our 5 issues or segments in this issue, and I know you'll enjoy them.
The Lake Orion Community Schools are always looking for new and innovative ways to increase learning in science, technology, engineering, and math. So when there was an opportunity for those elements to begin with the district's youngest students, Blanche Sims Elementary Principal Ken Nuss jumped at the chance.
Well, I know when I was at Orion Oaks, we had a World in Motion for our 4th graders, so I knew it was a really good program, and I knew I wanted to bring that STEM opportunity and engineering opportunity to our kids. Actually, Cathy from BorgWarner called and knew that I was involved at Orion Oaks and said, hey, would you be interested in bringing a new program to our kindergartners? And so we jumped at the opportunity. We knew it would be a great experience for our kids, and that's part of what we want to do every year, is bring new opportunities and experiences to our kids. We have got a lot of interest. Actually, we could have gotten a lot more, but for our first try, we wanted to make sure we had enough volunteers, and we wanted to learn how the program went. So at about 34, we stopped the enrollment, and I know our kids, especially in this area, are very interested in science and in technology, and especially as it deals with cars. And so it's not surprising at all that we have a lot of interest. They have a lot of energy. They like the topic. It's like anything. If it's something that interests them, they have a lot of energy, and they want to learn about it. And they just want to keep doing more and more. It's kind of holding them back is the key. We want them to really think about it and learn about the concepts of engineering to go along with having the fun, so that it becomes a learning experience and it's exciting for them. They go a little bit further in the engineering process every time. They get to play with and use and manipulate all the materials, just like a scientist would, and then they're going to put everything they've learned into practice to come up with, hopefully at the end, a good product.
For the 7 November and December sessions, the kindergarten and 1st grade students stayed after school for an hour to get hands-on experience with real engineers from BorgWarner and their teachers. Having professionals come to help the students reinforce the connection between the surrounding community and the Lake Orion Community Schools.
This is the second year that BorgWarner has partnered with SAE in the World in Motion program. And we basically solicited different elementary schools in the area. And Blanche Sims was kind enough to partner with us right now for World in Motion. The goal is really to promote STEM technologies and specifically getting down into the early grades to give exposure of STEM technologies and get students and young people excited about STEM. I'm really excited, especially this is an after-school program, so it's even better that it's not in a structured program because it tells me that parents are encouraging their children to be exposed to STEM technologies.
Having their own teachers give their time to the projects allowed the younger students to become more comfortable as first grade teacher Andrea Wayne and kindergarten teacher Jennifer Heck eased the transition. Though the students are years away from college, let alone the workforce, beginning them early with STEM concepts builds a base for learning in those areas. Having a community partner makes it unique. One of the great December traditions in the Lake Orion Community Schools is the Lake Orion Lions Club Christmas Party. Each year, a group from the club works hard to throw a party for many of the district's special education students, complete with food and a festive atmosphere.
The history started about 6 years ago, and we wanted to help more people in Lake Orion, so we all started our club, Lake Orion Lions Club, a Merry Christmas party for the students.
It's amazing because it not only helps the students, but it helps us. It's such a rewarding time. We just all get together. Everyone helps out. Everyone goes out and buys gifts for the children. And then I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's just a good feeling that you get when you walk out of here and you've done this year after year. You have this great feeling that that's what Christmas is all about. Not about Santa Claus so much, but we do have Santa Claus, but it's just about serving and taking care of them.
We serve.
We have the same children almost every year, and they just seem to enjoy it. We've added in the last couple of years, we've added music, and our friend Tom Farrell and his buddy do music for the kids, and the kids really get into it. They start singing and everything like that. Well, we'll see the kids' face when Santa Claus shows up.
Yes.
Some of the gifts they would request are quite different than normal. For me, it's a personal gratification, almost more gratification doing this than our basket program, which we serve over 200 people.
The students have asked about the party the whole school year and were excited when it arrived in early December.
This is just one of our favorite occasions. The generosity and the enthusiasm from the Lions Club is just overwhelming. Throughout the year, they're always trying to help us and donate. They give so many free pairs of glasses to so many people, and this is just a huge opportunity for us all to come together and just celebrate the holidays, but give to each other. The kids enjoy this so much. We even have a couple singers that will sing with the Lions Club, and it's just bringing community together. You can't do more than that. A lot of times they'll bring in their lion. They have a dress-up lion and Santa, and all the students here, even if you didn't believe, you believe today. This Santa is amazing, but like I said, the room is going to be full of smiles, and what more can you ask for?
Once the Christmas carols began rolling, the students and visitors were thrilled.
Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hall where you can see every couple child is stuff.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. No sofas in the Nisina.
Rocking around Christmas tree and a happy holiday.
The Lions Club brought food for the students, and they were welcomed by LOCS Superintendent Marion Ginopolis.
We are too. Thank you to the Lions. You do this every year. We're so grateful. Thank you. Enjoy your breakfast.
The high point for many of the students came later when the surprise guest arrived, Santa Claus, which drew big cheers. After some high fives, handshakes, and hugs from the big guy, the party was capped off with individual presents from Santa to each student. The joy was unmistakable, both from the Lions volunteers and the students. It was a wonderful start to the holiday season. In a community where it often seems everything is comfortable, there are some students who need a little help being fed. During the school days, they're aided by the free and reduced lunch program, but to eat enough on the weekend, there's an organization in Lake Orion that supports them. Blessings in a Backpack is a national organization steered to elementary students who need some help to eat enough on the weekends. But in Lake Orion, that has expanded to all levels as a group of volunteers make it happen.
So the national level Blessings in a Backpack, their mission is to provide food for children at the elementary level. Our steering committee, when we started this, we developed the process to get us through that, and then we decided that that wasn't enough. We wanted it to continue with the kids through on, because just because you get out of the elementary stage doesn't mean you're not so hungry. So we found a way to make that work for the middle school, and at the high school level, with it being such a bigger thing to deal with because it's all one building, it would be nearly impossible to do the packs that we do for that. We have more of a food pantry, and I work individually with the counselors and with special ed for the at-risk students to make sure those kids get direct access, because they know who the students are that need it on the weekends or during the day, and we support that.
And you guys deliver them in these bins? Is that
yes, when they get packed through our assembly lines, they'll be in a bag. It's a Meyer bag that then gets in a bin, and it gets delivered. We have a delivery system to all the buildings, and the bin will be there, and the buildings make sure they get to the individual students that have signed up to receive these bags. We do not know who the students are, nor should we, but that is a process that makes sure the kids who need this food for support get it on the weekends.
Each month, a group assembles to pack the bags for the students after receiving a count from each school.
Well, once a month we get a delivery from Meyer, and we get, at cost, Meyer gives us the groceries that we send home to the kids. And then we get a group of about 12 to 15 volunteers from the community to come on in, and we pack 1 month's worth of backpacks or Meyer's bag to send home with the kids each Friday. And they have 2 separate menus that we send them home. Every other week we send home a different set of groceries for the kids. Yeah, there was a study done, I don't know if it was back in 2004, I could have that year wrong, but in Kentucky, where the teachers were noticing that the kids were just not performing as well on Mondays. And so they come to find out they just weren't eating on the weekends. So because of that, Blessings in a Backpack originated in Kentucky, I believe. And from there, it's just kind of spread like wildfire all across the country. And we picked it up in the Lake Orion community, I don't know, about 6 or 7 years ago. And it's been great. So we're feeding each kid that signs up for this meals for the weekend, and it's been a huge blessing. Well, what happens is each child on free and reduced lunch gets a letter at the beginning of each year, and the parents have to sign up for if they want food on the weekends. So I don't know if it's necessarily a surge per se, but it's definitely been increased. I think the first year we started, we actually had about 45 bags total that we sent home across the whole community, and now we're over 300. So, it's definitely gone up as people see the need and desire for it, for sure.
Taking care of their own community members is an essential part of showing their dragon pride, and Blessings is a true measure of that spirit. When the Lake Orion High School girls volleyball team went to Battle Creek in mid-November, they only had one mission: make history. That meant knocking off number 1 Farmington Hills Mercy in the Division I state semifinals, then taking on Rockford in the finals. They did all the work they needed, proving to be the best team in the state, capturing the Division I state title in relatively easy fashion. Outside hitter Paige Briggs was the star she was all season, dominating the semifinals and finals and putting away the championship with a final kill. The post-game made it all worthwhile as they celebrated with the trophy, received their championship medals, and even attended a press conference. With the trophy, of course.
During the first and second set, I knew that we could definitely pull it off, but during that fourth set, I knew it was going to be, during the third set was the hard part where I was starting to have some doubts, but I knew if we started to just push in the fourth set, we'd be fine. And then once we were up 10-3 or something like that, we'd be fine because I knew our team was rolling and we weren't just going to stop. What I tried to do when we were up 2-0, I was just saying, guys, don't let up. Take us back to the first game. Like, we haven't won anything yet. We have to play like every single game's our last, and it could have been our last game, but I mean, no, it couldn't. But like,
right,
we got to play like it was. So.
Would you guys talk about that? Was that a talking point at any point for you? Being the first?
Not really. We tried to just focus on the next point and the next play. Really just doing the most we could as our player, so to help our team.
As an individual, it seemed like you really were able to kind of stay in the moment no matter what, too high, too low, even when things dipped a little bit. Is that something that you kind of said, everyone's watching me?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I try to stay as calm as possible because if I look frantic, my teammates feel frantic, so just try to help that way.
I didn't talk about it really at all. It was just a matter of us playing our game on our side of the net. I didn't want to put undue pressure of everything that's happened in the past on their shoulders, but this is a big enough moment that none of them have been in before, including myself. I tried to keep everything as close as possible, even though it was impossible, but as close as possible to like a home game at Lake Orion, as far as routines and the way we're talking and that type of thing. Well, to see the look on Chris Bell's face and Mr. Hawley, how happy they are in the whole community and people that came out, I get the sense of that. And like I said in there, it's still kind of slowly but surely sinking in what we just accomplished. It's incredible. This team, even if we didn't even get to Battle Creek, had accomplished some pretty nice things, but they weren't satisfied. I wasn't satisfied, and it's just an unbelievable feeling.
The first volleyball state title in Lake Orion history was also a landmark moment for the athletic program, as it was the high school's first in any sport since 2012. The team made history. The LOCS had another state champion of a sort in November. District Assistant Superintendent Rick Arnett was named the State of Michigan Outstanding Human Resources Professional of the Year at the yearly conference in Lansing. Arnett, who has worked in Lake Orion since 2015, was introduced by LOCS Superintendent Marion Ginopolis, who got emotional, praising what he's done to help the district. Arnett has served as the state and national president of the School Human Resources Organization and appreciated those who helped him in his career. Lake Orion takes great pride in providing the best for students, and that starts in the district administration. Congrats, Rick, and thank you for representing our district.
Thank you for this. Enjoy a wonderful holiday season. We will be back in February as we will not be having a January edition of Inside the Dragons. Again, thank you and have a wonderful holiday.
Inside the Dragons is produced by the Lake Orion Community Schools in partnership with Orion Neighborhood Television. For up-to-date news and information about the Lake Orion Schools, visit our website at lakeorionschools.org and watch us on Comcast Educational Access Channel 22 and AT&T UVerse Channel 99.